in the last 20, 30 years, there has been a slow, gradual movement to bring back health in America. People got sick and tired of, doing things the way we've done them in a very short window of time. If you look at the grand scheme of things, things have always been done a different way, not just in America, but across the world, throughout world history. People used to grow their own food in their backyard. They used to garden. They used to have farms. A lot more people were farmers back then. People used to just eat naturally organic food. We didn't call it organic. It was just food because we didn't do things like spray pesticides on the crops or genetically modify the seeds and a host of other things. We just lived normal lives, ate normal food. People drank raw milk. People used to get raw milk delivered to their home. It would sit outside for hours before the person arrived home, and they would take it in and drink it, and it would be perfectly fresh and fine. There was none of what we are dealing with today. And that's just food. That's got nothing to do with medications, pharmaceuticals, vaccines, all these other contributing factors to people's health today. Now, not everything is that has been man-made and that has been brought, upon us within the last 100 or 200 years is a bad thing. Not everything. No, I mean, there's definitely great things like penicillin, antibiotics that came out of, certain eras of history. There's painkillers. These are things that, can we do without them? Absolutely. But people also used to die of things that they don't die of today. And some of that is contributed to modern medicine. Not all. Not to mention surgeries. Surgery is probably the biggest contribution that man has made to science and medicine over the last several hundred years. People used to die of the most routine, basic things that a doctor can go in and surgically do today with no problem. Even to the extent that, I've spoke about this in the past with Dr. Ben Carson, how he's literally done brain surgeries, hemispherectomies, where he's taken out half of a human brain. And the people would live and go on to live their life with, the other half of the brain missing, or the brain would start to, regrow some of the tissue that it needed. Back in the day, people would just die because they would have tumors or major issues with their brain and they couldn't survive. And there was no one that was able to do a surgery like that. Now that's a standard surgery today. Well, modern medicine in itself is not bad. It's not like a one-size-fits-all. It's not like everybody needs to be completely holistic and everything needs to be the way that God created it, and we can't come up with anything on our own. God gave us brains for a reason.